Hey guys, how's it going? What do you mean it's 9:45? What's that have to do with the price of tea in China? What do you mean? What is that, late or something? I wasn't really planning on coming live, but I feel like I have to always respond to these freaking idiots. I don't have much to say, though, because all I have to fucking say, all I have to say is Ryan better be getting proof of this and very quickly of everything he claims he says and was sent to TBI, because otherwise I will be suing the fuck out of that dude for all that shit he's saying over there about Fred, and saying that Fred's never talked to Cotton in his life through a phone, a text message, or anything. So he needs to at least show proof of that. He needs to show. He's trying to act like he said this to TBI and that to TBI and this and that on Fred. He doesn't have all this shit. There's no way, because Fred and Cotton have never talked through text message before. They've only been around each other twice in his whole life.
Talk to him. Morgan Simpson was there.
Yeah, like, what the hell? He better be coming up with some kind of proof. I'm serious. I'm going to, I swear, sue the fuck out of that guy unless he comes up with proof of the stuff he's saying. And he's not going to be able to, because this is straight up lie. Every time I've contacted law enforcement or anything like that, I've showed you guys proof of it. I show you reasoning behind why I think that. He just gets live and says, oh, this person said this, a reliable source says that. Did people not know? I mean, he doesn't understand how the whole Cotton Simpson thing came about. That was, Fred is the one that came to law enforcement. Nobody knew who Cotton Simpson was. So either he comes up with, shows proof of this conversation he claims he heard, and he plays it for everybody, a proof that it was Fred Hill saying this stuff, and he knows it was Fred, and let's hear it. He needs to show this proof. He also needs to show this proof of these text messages between Cotton and Fred. Otherwise, I will be suing him. Does he not know that? Oh, I love your picture. That is so pretty, Rhiannon.
No text messages between me and Cotton.
Yeah, I know. There's no. That's what I'm saying. He's not going to be able to show him.
Phone calls either.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, how is he going out and saying things as fact? He's not even showing anything. He's saying he sent this in and that in, and this person said that, and this person said that, without showing anything, or we're supposed to believe him about a head in the box? You heard a conversation you heard Fred saying this. Oh, it's so muffled, I could hardly hear it. Oh, but you're saying it's Fred, right? You know that's slander if you can't prove it's Fred, right? Because you're putting it out as you have this, you have that, you have these text messages. So I'm saying put them out there then. If this isn't some kind of attempt to make Fred look a certain way because you're mad, because you're going to be wrong about Andy Bernard. So you think if you can't get Fred on Summer Wells, oh, you're going to get him back through Cotton Simpson, right? Well, you better have a whole lot of proof. I mean, very soon, because... And you're the only one out of all those people who have a fucking pot to piss in. So this is just perfect for me. If I came out and said that kind of stuff that I hear he's saying over there without proof, oh my God, I would get attacked till the end of time. But since it's about Fred, it's okay. I guess, right? He needs to show the proof. Like, that's, I don't know how long I'm going to be on here to say this, Because I don't have anything really else to say besides either he, show proof, show these text messages by Friday, or I'm fucking filing a lawsuit the following week. I'm not even joking. I'm so over this bullshit. Ryan, he's claiming he sent this and that to TBI, these text messages between Fred and Cotton, and a recording of Fred that was sent in that he's not going to share, that's muffled. You have to listen very quietly, but, it's Fred talking about, okay, we'll play it. It is putting Fred's life in danger. You're putting him out there as he's like this crazy lunatic. And you're saying things as if they're fact, and you're sitting here saying you're all love. No, you're not, dude. You're doing this. You're purposely, just like you and freaking PG are now talking behind the scenes. PG and Ryan and freaking Andy now, like all of Misfits hanging together. I think it's kind of funny. Ryan's the only one of all of them that have a pot to piss in. And here he comes on YouTube saying straight up slanderous lies. No, I mean, how stupid. He said that he had text messages between Cotton, Simpson, and Fred that he sent over to TBI. And then he said he had a recording that was done of Fred talking about something about a head in the box and Summer Wells or something. But it was so muffled, you have to really, really, really listen. That he claims he got off of like Cotton Simpson's family, which makes no sense because Cotton Simpson and Fred did not know each other like that. I think this is where he's going to freaking shoot himself in the foot. Fred and Cotton did not know each other like that. They've only seen each other twice in their lives. He did not text with Cotton. They've never talked on the phone. They did not sell drugs to each other, ever. Well, he better figure out something, Bella, because I'm going to be suing him, because you can't just go out and fucking say shit as if it's fact like that. Oh, I'll download it. Oh, yeah, Fred sent in a text to Cotton what was supposedly done to Summer, according to Ryan. Yeah, okay, dude. That is quite the accusations. That is quite the accusations that you claim you have. Which is impossible because they've never talked in text, so you're a fucking liar. I asked him to play the recording. Oh, it's hard to hear. Yeah, well then how does he know it's Fred? Because somebody told him it was Fred? You guys, just like he said, he was gonna, I'll just leave that to you guys to do what you want with that head in the box information. Dude, I talked to Cotton Simpson's ex-wife early on, and she claimed that Cotton told her something about Fred, but she wouldn't tell me. This was a long time ago, okay? So now all of a sudden they have Ryan saying they have text messages and recordings galore that he sent over to TBI. If you do not prove that shit by the end of this week, let's see, what is today? Thursday. Yeah, by the end of this weekend, if you do not fucking prove what you're claiming, these text messages, these calls to TBI about Fred, and you turning in information, I want to see proof that you stand behind everything you're saying, and you have proof of what you say, or I am suing you. I promise you that. I promise you, I will sue you if you do not freaking show proof of what you are saying. Did he say Cont's family? So those texts were in Cont's phone from Fred. Yeah, there's no way. They didn't never talk on a phone. And if that is true that they are saying something, I would look at Cotton's family and wonder why they're saying such things. Because they don't know Fred. They didn't talk. They knew of each other, but
why don't you just send the video to TBI?
What video?
Ryan's video.
Send Ryan's video to TBI? Yeah, I think we need to.
TBI.
I think it needs to, because to me, it seems illegal. Like, it should be saying that kind of stuff.
The video needs to go TBI.
Yeah, well, I'm sure people will make sure of it. Yeah, he needs to back up what he's saying. He dissed Killer's data. Oh, why? Dude, he wants to be important so bad. I agree with one of my friends that texted me and said that. I don't know, though. Like, they at the same time, they were like, he's definitely a plant. After this life, he's definitely a plant. Like, almost like, put here on purpose for a certain agenda. It just makes sense. He better really freaking be confident in what he's saying, because he's about to fucking pay big time for what he's saying. I'm telling you. He keeps digging his own grave, guys. This dude's doing it to himself. You're not going to sit there and fucking purposely cause distractions when Fred and Cotton have never even spoke through a phone before. How would his family have a recording of him? They're not cool like that. Are you sure it wasn't, from what his ex-wife told me, it was a recording of Cotton Simpson? Are you going to get it right? Or are you guys going to just... I don't think there's a recording to begin with of anything. He says TBI has the phone with the text. Oh, yeah.
That's what he tried to say.
So he can't...
I don't have no phone with my text on, period.
Oh, like he doesn't have... Oh, he's sending in, right, guys? So he doesn't have copies. Well, I guess he's shit out of luck then. He'll be getting sued because he needs to fucking prove it. You can't just be so freaking irresponsible like that and make such freaking... He's sitting there basically insinuating that Fred unalived Cotton is basically what he's trying to say. And then also at the same time saying something about that Fred was saying something about Summer Wells to Cotton or something.
It's supposed to be a recording in a car or something other.
Which that doesn't even make sense. When would Fred be
I never got in cars with nobody.
He'd be the one that...
Like that. I did ride with Cotton and Marvin to Churchill at one day, the very first time he ever come to the house.
Yeah, well, he better be showing...
He was allowing, he knew where a bunch of dope was.
You were in a car one time with Marvin, and
yeah.
That was one of the couple times that you guys had...
That was the first time.
Okay. This Hair Curlers and this crime said what was said is that there's a phone discovered of Cotton's and it had text from Fred to Cotton about... Yeah. Okay. Well, he better be coming up with this phone and showing it, because that's straight up lie. So if he said there was a phone discovered of Cotton's and it had text from, he better be showing that shit. I don't want to hear, oh, and the TBI has it now. I don't have copies. Yeah, okay.
I want that video sent to TBI.
Oh,
ever who's behind some of the.
Well, I guess he's going to be getting a suit then, Momo. I guess he's going to have a hard time proving it then. So he's going to have to get sued because if TBI has, if he doesn't have like any type of proof, he's going to say this shit without any type of proof. He better be freaking coming up with some kind of proof. That's all I have to say. How does Ryan have TBI info? I don't know what he do. Did he drive? Oh, they have the phone. Yeah, he just like went and drove it all the way down to TBI. Okay, I don't believe him. He needs to. All I'm saying is he's made several claims that he needs to show proof of, because every time I've contacted TBI about the Summer Wells case or I've made big claims, I show you guys exactly why. I show you guys me contacting TBI about it to show that I'm not just bullshitting you, that I'm actually being for real. I actually did contact TBI. I stand behind what I say about Andy being on the road. I show you guys proof of that. He needs to do the same thing. Anything I tell you guys, I show you to the best of my ability why I believe that. He's going out and saying this stuff as if it's fact, that there is text between Cotton and Fred, which is a complete lie because Fred's never talked to Cotton, like through text. So he's trying to paint Fred in a certain light, and that's why I'm saying he's going to end up getting sued because he's not going to have any proof of this because it does not exist. And see, that's exactly what they want, Momo. And that's why they need to be, why I'm going to sue his ass, because he's trying to ruin Fred's reputation. And it works, just like you're saying. You're saying all the fools are falling for this. See how that's damaging Fred's life? It's straight up lies. And it damages public opinion in the Summer Wells case, too. And it causes a bunch of confusion. Yeah, so someone found Cotton's phone and just went through Cotton's phone and, oh, how did they know it was Fred? I mean, that doesn't even make sense. Like, I just don't, that doesn't even make sense. Fred usually, if you were contacting people, it would have been through Facebook Messenger. So that, right? Usually.
Yeah. That's the only way I talk to people.
And that's the only way you did back then, really, too. So I don't believe that. Oh, thank you, Chloe, for the Venmo. I appreciate that. What's this? That's
he should put out the Texas between me and him. All of them.
What about when he was like, we should put out, like, at the beginning when he was like, talking about how great of a guy Fred was, like just so amazing. And, you know, the guy is so fake. So all I'm saying, he would not answer my question about the cameras on each end of the cemetery where Khan says of course, Dee Dee, because he wants to leave the mystery there. He wants you guys to think that Fred's involved in something. That's why he's doing that. He's trying to make people look at Fred a certain way because he's mad because he was wrong about his buddy Andy Bernard. Like, I mean, not sus at all or anything, right? I mean, the dude is best friends with Andy Bernard, but yet we're supposed to believe him when he comes out with, I mean, anybody with a brain, I would think, would see something weird about the situation. And he's also teaming up with all the misfits of the community. Like, seriously. Yeah, the Morrison Cemetery. Like, he's kissing PG's ass right now because PG so wants to be important in some way. And she wants the Morrison Cemetery to be important. She's mad that Fred won't go along with her belief of the Morrison Cemetery. I mean, he said anything's possible, but, you know, it's like PG wants to be so important, and these people are so mad because they think Fred's right about something, and they feel left out. Well, Ryan, you're late to the party anyways. Like, you were brought in for a specific purpose. Either you prove otherwise, or you will be getting sued. I'm telling you. I want to see this proof of you.
Like a cemetery, they'll never check a cemetery because that's not the final piece they're looking for.
What do you mean by that?
They just won't be checked. I don't want to be checked.
Because they don't think she would be there.
It's not relevant for someone's case, in my opinion. Because people say it's certain things, but I don't feel like it's relevant. And they're not going to check something that they know is what they already know.
Yeah, and that Fred had taken Con's money and stashed it in his trailer, and that the money that Fred's sister took while Fred was in jail. Oh yeah, the few hundred. Okay. Yeah. It was very damaging to put all that out like that. That's why I'm saying it's damaging to Fred's and my reputation. You know what I mean? Like, so of course I'm going to be pissed off. And on top of that, it's damaging to the work that we've done for years in the Summer Wells case, you know, trying to freaking clear up the bullshit. And what he's doing is purposely going against us to try to make Fred look a certain way so nobody will fucking believe him. So if Fred's this crazy unaliver or horrible person, then nobody will believe him about Andy being on the road and all this stuff. And maybe people will forget. And by the time Summer Wells' case is solved, maybe he won't look as stupid. Because everybody will forget. Maybe Fred and Ziggy will run away and, and stop saying things about Andy being on the road. Well, I'm sorry, but there's other people who know that to be fact too. It's not just us. You know, the truth is the truth. Does Andy B know Cotton?
I don't know if he knows that.
I think they're on to Andy B and they know he's making up lies. I would love to know, like, what police think about Ryan.
I mean, I'll be probably one of the very few that'd be holding their head proud when all this comes out.
I know.
He goes to jail.
Exactly. I don't know what they expect us to do. Lie? Like, what? I mean, or just like, I guess, go away. Go along with their. Really, what do they expect us to freaking do? We try to mind our own business over here. These people pick, and purposely, and try to play the victim, like Ryan with his posts and stuff, and then gets mad when we respond. But then he goes and does stuff like that with zero proof. He comes on and makes these freaking bogus claims of, like, insane claims, and then shows zero proof of it. And he knows exactly what he's doing, and that's why he's going to get his ass sued. And we are going to have that house. I love that house. I can't wait to live in that house. We're gonna have our you'll be able to fish all the time, honey. I'm just kidding.
He remind me of Crystal tonight.
Crazy Crystal, I know. He's teaming up with those type of people.
I mean, it was. This is bad, really.
That's seriously the level this dude's at right now. I mean, that's the type, we don't even pay attention to Crystal because we know something's not right with Crystal. She's not right in the head, so there's a mental illness and other things going on there. So just ignore it because we know everybody's like, oh, there goes Crazy Crystal again, And it's like basically Ryan's getting that to that level. It's almost like, well, there goes Crazy Ryan again. That's the point he's going to get to. Kind of like how Chasing went from reputable in the community to absolute, like, nobody that nobody trusted. And now it's like in every drama chat, and that's just her life. You know what I mean? That's Ryan's life. And drama chats and talking, just trying to make Fred a certain way, look a certain way. Who's to say, since he came too late to the case, he didn't do something in the summer? Well, who's to say he's not, like trying to cause confusion and trying to take the pressure or attention off of who did do something this summer? I mean, I was just talking to Cher had no idea that he worked at Eastman when I told her. Not that she's she's still on the fence about Ryan, but so I'm not saying anything about her. I'm just saying that's with her. I know you guys will all freaking see this yourself over time. I'm not worried about it. I don't try to push my opinion on anybody. I think it's quite clear what he's trying to do, though. And he came in at the same time Fred's sister did, and around July of 2023. And, he attached us, like kissed our ass, like act. And I just thought, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. Cause I thought he seemed like, he just totally was not who I thought he was. And I have a feeling we're going to look into this guy's background and family, or somebody is one of these days, and they're going to find out exactly, some other things. There's no way this guy just, this type of behavior started just recently. He has to have a history of something, because this is.
They reached out to Marvin and actually talked to Marvin and stuff, because Marvin was there and could verify everything that Cotton had even said.
Yeah, well, he doesn't want that. He doesn't want the truth. He wants people that will go along with his narrative to make you look a certain way, and that's why he's going to be getting sued the fuck out of.
Because the only 2 times I talked to Cotton was Marvin was there, because Marvin brought him. The first time Marvin was actually driving him there in his own vehicle, in Cotton's vehicle. That's where people tried to say they seen Laura driving the vehicle and I was in the back seat. Cotton was in the driver's seat. Yeah, Marvin's blonde headed and he got long hair. Dumb folks.
His old lady makes me uncomfortable. Something's really off with her. The whole life she was laughing. It was uncomfortable laugh. And then she starts crying.
She act high. She act drunk.
They are drunk. I'm sorry, and I don't like to, but and I can just tell a drunk. Like there is something not right. Always drinking, always drinking. I mean, if I was living a lie, I would be probably fucked up 24/7 too. If I had to live a fucking lie and sit there.
You look up that one's background.
Whose?
The one he's been interviewing the last few days. See what his background is.
Yeah.
See what kind of roast and stuff he's had.
We will. But, I just think he has not, I don't know why anybody should take his word. And the thing is, there are going to be a lot of people that believe his bullshit. And he knows it. And that's why, once again, he's getting sued the fuck out of. But no, anyways. That's why this is going to be a pretty easy lawsuit, honestly, because you can't just go and make claims like that and not have. I mean, he's saying this stuff as if it's true. He's absolutely saying it as if it's fact. I know he's trying to make. It's just desperate. It really is. And like I said, either he shows proof of this bullshit of that it was this recording of Fred, put it out, all this shit. Like seriously, by the end of this weekend, or I'm serious. And I already have somebody. I contacted somebody who's really good at stuff, and I asked them if they would help me with all this filing everything. And they said yes, and they've done the stuff before. So because I'm fucking like, this is ridiculous. You should not be able to go around and make such claims and have zero fucking proof. You need to show proof of these, these communications to TBI and the stuff that you claim you have on Fred, that you claim you can't hardly hear, but you say it's Fred, right? How the fuck do you know it's Fred?
All that needs to be turned into TBI.
They claim it has been, just like this phone call or this phone that they turned into TBI that, watch, I don't have it. TBI has it. I can't get the conversation because TBI has it. Well, I guess you're going to have to do something when it comes court time, because for your civil lawsuit against the Zigster. What did he say? He said, well, he tried to say that he had text messages between Cotton and Fred that he turned over to TBI, or like a phone was found between Cotton and Fred, when Fred has never talked to Cotton Simpson through text message or phone ever. They weren't buddies or friends like that.
I never even seen Cotton with a phone.
He never hung out with Cotton.
Was around him.
The only connection that he has to Cotton is through Marvin Simpson, because Fred is friends with Marvin Simpson. And so the only times that he was ever even saw Cotton was when he was with Marvin Simpson. It was like 2 times only. They didn't text.
And it's almost 6 months apart or something. And it's way, way out of some of it. I kind of think.
Because he's putting it out today, Lisa. So he's trying desperately. This was a very bad move by Ryan Finds Pooh. So very, very bad move. Bad move. Seriously, because that you can't just go say that type of shit, Maybe he thinks it's okay because he sees people like 666 doing it, but does he understand like 666 doesn't have a pot to piss in? You do.
No, just like Chad.
You have something to lose.
Chad's mom would probably be suing a lot of people over Chad, because she's got money to do it too.
I hope she does. Really, I guess we need to see what comes out though first. I hope that he's not in any way. But this guy is off as fuck. I remember him tagging me in my dead cat video. Oh my gosh, in my comments on this shit, insulting my speech. Ryan did that? They were telling them to block you because you defended Fred? That's crazy. It's because he wants an echo chamber. That's the whole point. That's why he's teaming up with people like PG in order to try to discredit Fred. Like, come on, you need to get somebody reputable. Seriously. It's kind of funny that all these like losers are like congregating together, Like all the people with any type of value, thankfully, see the light and come this way. He is Andy's biggest supporter. How is anything about him supposed to be believable when he literally sits there and wants to act like Andy's the best guy ever, but at the same time it doesn't make sense. We wouldn't have I wouldn't have spent the last several years of my life, defending Fred and stuff unless I truly believed in him and what he was saying and that I knew he was being honest. It's not my fault that I don't know what Ryan is doing. I don't know if it's some kind. I haven't decided. I really feel more so that he's purposely put here to try to make Andy look a certain way. Oh my gosh. He emailed a certain psychic too and tried to freaking get her to team up and acted like he wanted help or to work with her on the Summer Wells case. But all he could talk about was Fred the whole fucking time. And this person doesn't believe Fred had anything to do with, Summer Wells' disappearance. And he's trying to go behind the scenes to contact people. We don't do that stuff. I really don't. The only time I really I could care less what these people do. It takes a lot for me to go after somebody. I know what reward fund. Yeah, okay.
Nobody wants to throw that out there, try to get somebody to talk when they're being legit. That's the way I understand it, the reward.
Yeah, I don't think there is any reward. I mean, I know somebody said something about Dog the Bounty Hunter or whatever, but I don't think there really is one. To want Killer to come on a show after talking bad about him, to me, yeah, because he's fake. I don't know if I've done a reading on Cotton Simpson. I should, though. Maybe I'll do one tonight. Killer is only for Summer. He doesn't do drama. His data should never be questioned by someone who doesn't vet. I don't know who Ryan would think he was anyways, or why he thinks he's qualified. I mean, he came to YouTube originally, he said, to hike to show his brother the world.
A lot of them in this chat was curious of when I went back to court and stuff. I go back in October. You know. Let him figure that.
His problem, I think really his problem with Killer is that he thinks that Killer sides more, or that looks at Andy kind of sus, I think that's Ryan's problem with Killer, my guess. And he's trying to buddy up with Killer so that in hopes that Killer looks will go more after Fred, That's exactly what he's trying to do. But when you're living in your truth and being honest, you don't have to go get a whole group of people behind you. Seriously. I have posts up on my wall right now that may have 10 likes on it. I don't care. I stand in my freaking truth no matter what. And I saw that with Fred, and that was something that I really admired as well. Do you remember the tree trimmers, and that one is not alive anymore? Wolf Tree Company is not here anymore. That company has been around for years and years. Huh. Right, Mohawk Mom? That's true. See, and a lot of people don't know that. I don't know. I don't know why Jen allows her husband to come on and say such horrible things. Just like, it's disgusting. It honestly is. But I don't know. Maybe Ryan was drunk driving a hit summer. I made from lots of theories out there. There's got to be something about that guy and his past or his family. There's something not right. He used to work at Eastman, and some people didn't know that. And that's where Ryan's or Andy's parents worked at, or Andy's father worked at. Hey, Val. So, am I using the word wrong when evil entered? Is it slander or is it defamation? Either way, I'm suing if he doesn't show proof of what he claims to be fact that he has of these conversations. He better come up with these conversations between Cotton and Fred and show us how he knows it's Fred, and this recording he claims he has of Fred. Let's hear that too. And we need to know why he thinks it's Fred and how we know it's Fred. I agree, Rhonda. I know, Luminous. That's what he's doing. He really is. But and then it's funny. And then he makes these posts like, "Who, me?" I'm like, dude, come on, please stop. But yeah, unless he comes up with proof, I mean, that's straight up like as a lawsuit right there. I would think that's pretty slam dunk lawsuit. Honestly, since he claims he has this stuff, that it's true, that he has this conversation between Fred and Cotton, and I don't know how he's going to come up with that because Fred and Cotton have never texted before, so I think he's pretty screwed. What is that? Who's that?
What?
In the blue shirt. Is that you?
No, I'm supposed to be Chad.
Don't stupid. So they plan. These people are like planning their back-to-back lives. They go about Cotton and stuff. When nobody would even be talking about Cotton if it wasn't for Fred bringing it out. That's the reason why clowns were scary. I know, hair curlers and crime. I agree. I know, and it's sad, and that's why it's just sad to me because I truly thought he was a good person at first. I did, and it's just so disappointing that the guy is a complete fake. I really thought the guy was like, and this guy is a complete wolf in sheep's clothing, you know? That is him, and it's just unreal. I've never seen somebody so fake in my life. What a sad, sad existence, dude. To literally have no integrity, that you would sell your soul to the devil just for some views on YouTube or whatever. I don't know what little chump change he's getting. Like, I would never sell my soul to the devil. Like, I don't care how much money. That's what a lot of these, I feel like, people have done, including Fred's sister. There's something not right about the dude. And I knew it the second the second Fred noticed it before I did. He had a feeling that it was him that got his chirp taken. And it's like, I didn't want to believe it, you know? Because I was like, oh, no way. It did, you know? He seemed like a really nice guy. He was like inviting us to stay at their house sometime, you know? He was like overly nice and wanted to really help. He really wanted to help, he said, with Fred. And because he knew that Fred was a good guy and that it was messed up, like, you know, how the stuff that had been said about him, he acted like he really, really wanted to help with Fred. And I swear, dude, it wasn't even just, it was like less than a week, and the guy just had made a complete switch from like our biggest cheerleader and supporter wanting and thinking Fred's this greatest, like, innocent guy to, you know, I guess, I don't know. Maybe he thought he could change my mind about Andy or something, and maybe he saw that that was not going to happen. That he is. He really is, Rhonda. Governor of YouTube. Yeah, I don't. Governor, I don't respond to tags, or I don't know what you were talking about. I wonder what he's going to do when it comes out that Andy Bernard was on the road. Like, absolute proof comes out that you can't, undeniable proof. I wonder what he's going to do. Or if Andy gets arrested, I wonder if, do you think he's going to go hide, or I'm just wondering that. I wonder that, is he going to just go hide? Like, or
this will be funny when all this information comes. I mean, when the case is settled. And
I just wonder. I wonder what he's gonna do. Like, I mean, because I can't imagine how he could show his face after that.
A lot of creators, I can't wait to see the face after everything comes out.
They don't care. These people don't have integrity, so they don't care. Whatever they can do. You know, they're kind of like those people, those shock jocks or whatever, that just do anything, any shocking thing or whatever to get attention, to get views. Like, those people don't have shame. Friggin' Fred. I wish Benny here was handle this. I know, but sometimes though, Benny would like, I don't know. I think Benny would be on our side. Actually, I'm pretty sure he would be at this point. Yeah, I mean, and it's just weird how he's like attaching to the Cotton Simpson thing now. All of a sudden, that's weird. Like, also, that's that's their thing now. Instead, they want to attach to Cotton Simpson because they think, well, if they can't make Fred look bad through Summer Wells, they're going to use Cotton Simpson. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like they're doing. I know. And but all they just, they might as well enjoy their time, enjoy it while they can, because it's only a matter of time that these, like, for instance, like, the truth is going to come out and like the lie detector is going to come out, and then what are they going to say? Oh, well, lie detectors don't mean anything, right? Okay, let's see Ryan finds truth, since he's such a truth finder. I'd love to see him have a lie detector test, what his real intentions here in this case are. Good old freaking Fred. He did, Sunshine.
I understood the assignment. Did they understand the assignment that they was assigned?
What assignment?
This is a playroom. I did talk about some of the other creators.
That company is not here anymore after Summer went missing. The company is not around here, and I know that Fred knew some of the people that worked with the tree company, but I would like to know. He knew Don Williams. Did you know Don Williams?
I don't know Don Williams. I think there's a handful of Dons that I've never even heard of.
They all live around each other, and this all next to each other. Don Chambers, Don Sherfy, Don Wells. Ryan makes accusations is more like it. Ryan gets sued is also more like it. I bet that dude has been sued more times than he's about to freaking get sued again. I can't wait to be able to take a vacation. Huh?
I said when they found them milk jugs, I should took the lids off and seen what was in it.
He's too much of a freaking scaredy cat to freaking actually investigate anything. The dude is a freaking wuss.
Well, to do legit searches, there's more steps to it than he takes. You got to contact law enforcement, all kinds of stuff to do a legit search.
Yeah. And then we have, PG, the Christian, who is, behind an avatar. We have no idea who she is, but she's the number one Christian of the community. Yet, most judgmental person I've ever seen. And unchristian person I've ever seen. Really, in her behavior. And the way she talks, and the hate that she spews, and the lies that come out of her mouth that she knows is straight up lies. It's sick. It really truly is. You cannot really be for the for good and the right. I just don't feel like their intentions are in the right place at all. Oh my gosh. Ryan looks like that cartoon Ziggy with that huge face. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Val told me that she's gonna do a skit of Ryan and Andy, and I can't wait. I'm gonna hold you to that, Val. She said her friend is gonna dress up like her big friend with the big belly is gonna dress up like Andy, and he's gonna even take one for the team and show his butt crack for everybody. and then Val's gonna be Ryan. She's like, I could do a good Ryan impression. I was like, are you for real? Are you for real wanting to do that? She's like, yeah, I will. Charlie Brown and Lucy. Hey, Mimi of 6. Seriously, she was wanting to do a parody. We're talking straight up personality disorder complex. Yeah. Definitely. Or either that or I don't know. I can't imagine. He can't be getting that good money. It can't be real. Maybe he is making a lot of money on that channel. I don't know. Or maybe somebody is giving him good money to try to save Ryan. Ryan. I just feel like it's or to save Andy. Trying to make Andy look a certain way. I just think that it's too late, really. The law enforcement already knows the truth about Andy Bernard, so it doesn't really matter what we say out here. They already know and have the footage of him on the road. They already have questions, obviously, like why. I'm sure it's gonna get there.
It's cold. Big weather change.
He doesn't have a day job. One of the skits will be called Ryan Gets a Flat Tire. I know, Rhonda. I just want it to be over with. Stop. I just want it to be over with. Seriously, I'm tired of these people being able to come on here and make money off of Summer Wells off their fucking lies and bullshit, you know? It just really makes me mad that people like Ryan and PG can come on and just sit there and spew hate and the bullshit of knowing as straight up lies under the guise that they're trying to figure out what happened to Summer Wells. Like, it's just so maddening to me while they're making money off of it, you know, and super chats, while they're sitting there spewing lies and hate and have this agenda. It's really, really freaking disgusting. And not only that, they're committing blasphemy too, while claiming to be Christians or, right? Both of them claim to be like religious. So I mean, I would think that was a huge sin, a huge no-no. To use, what is Bandit doing? He's over there like, it's like he's got a cricket or something. It's funny. He's hopping all over the place. Hey, Terry. Yeah, and it's just like, either, pick a lane, you know what I mean? This whole, like, head in the box thing, they need to put out the proof so we can at least, everybody could hear for themselves. If you're going to make such a claim, just like PG, she gets away with this shit talking about Fred because we don't know who she is, really, So how the fuck do I sue somebody I don't know who she is? Plus, I could definitely tell she probably has fucking nothing going for her anyways. Because nobody usually that has anything going on in their lives would be a part of such thing. But here's Ryan, finds nothing, comes along, it supposedly has, this nice Jeep and this nice house. And boy, is he saying all kinds of slanderous lies about Fred. I sure hope he has the proof to back this shit up. Because be a perfect one to sue. I know his name. I have absolute proof of his slanderous lies. I know for an absolute fact he doesn't have any type of proof of Cotton and Fred communicating. There's absolutely no way because they never communicated. So he better be coming up with something. Because he didn't say this shit as if it were a theory or just an idea. He was saying as if it was fact, and he's turned it into law enforcement. So let's see these where you've turned it into law enforcement, all the emails and everything. I told PG Fred wasn't involved and I was proud of him, and she about wanted to beat me. She's going to bring the receipts. Yeah, every single show, it's always like, I'm going to show receipts. And then when you finally get it, it's like the most disappointing freaking evidence ever. It's like clipped and edited, and you know what I mean? It's chopped up and she'll like make you think forever she has like some kind of big evidence coming. You'll be like waiting for this forever. Every day she has this proof and it never comes out. And when it does, it's like only little tiny clips. Well, I don't think so, Angie. I'd like to think that that's what was happening and that Ryan was just clueless in the whole thing. But I absolutely believe he has an agenda to try to make Fred look a certain way because he's been doing it for months, for years, actually, at this point. So he said himself that he has, these text messages And he has proof and some kind of recording and all this. So he better prove this shit, because that is very slanderous. To me, sounds like a lawsuit. Slam dunk, if you ask me. I don't know what you're talking about, Chris. You're wrong. That's not true. You'll have to be more specific, because you're just because you say something's happening, that I'm saying lies about somebody, doesn't mean it's true. So we need actual specifics. I love how people do that. They'll go around and be like, Ziggy's a liar, or she does this, but they won't say anything. It would be like, well, okay, what did I do? Just because you say I'm a liar doesn't make it so, or just because you say I've lied on somebody doesn't make it so. Tell me specifically what I did, so I can respond. But when you just like leave it out there that I just like am a liar, it's like, okay. So, anyways, I'm just saying, anytime I say stuff about people, guys, I always I show why I believe what I'm saying. I've backed up the whole Andy on the road thing by showing my correspondence to law enforcement. Played my calls on here. I've showed proof of everything I've put out. So all I'm asking is for Ryan to do the same. Otherwise, I have a lawsuit. Because he is full of shit. And he shouldn't be allowed to go around and just make up a bunch of lies about Fred, and as if it's fact, and say it and put out all this type of confusion and stuff, when it all involves a child, a 5-year-old missing little girl. So if he really believes what he is saying, then he will back it up with evidence. That's something that Cher was actually telling me, Lisa, that one of the things that made her pull away from Fred is that, and she has it in one of her lives, when she called Hawkins County and they referred to Fred as a witness and not a suspect. Fred has never been questioned as if a suspect. He worked with police from day one. On the 15th, he was recording for police. From like literally within like an hour of getting home that day on the 15th. So it's really funny that these randos that Brian claims saw Fred like driving and stuff, which didn't happen. Fred only walked down there to after he went in the 15th, he didn't come out again that day. And within an hour, he was already recording for law enforcement. Well, as soon as he got back that day, they basically met him down there immediately. Soon after, from my understanding, and asked them to record, you know, because all those people were hanging out down there by Andy Bernard's driveway, and police wanted to know what they were talking about. So yeah, it happened really fast. So it's funny that these people that claim that they saw Fred, well, if you did, then at that time he was recording for police, and that's what he was doing over there at the end of the driveway. If you saw him there. Are you serious? Yeah, but yet, Missy, they want to give me a hard time and say, "Oh, well, because Fred said, Fred said." Just like in my comment about my response to Ryan's video, that I put up, that I said I did not watch, and people are like, "How are you going to say anything if you didn't even watch it?" I go, I said, "Full Fred watched it, so it was good enough." And I knew from others too that in the beginning of the video, Ryan specifically mentions Fred by name when it was completely unnecessary. So I knew that was all I needed to know it was a bunch of bullshit. And once again, had an agenda again. What can you expect from someone whose sole proof, read the Morrison Cemetery theory, is that Andy Bernard had a dream she was there? Yeah. The Knoxville connection is concerning, for sure. Why does he think they're going to reopen Cotton's case? I don't know. I think that had already happened. I think it's already was reopened, and I don't know for though, like, we are waiting on. I need to contact Don B and see if he's going to get these lie detector results of Fred's. If anybody can, like, all you have to do is contact Nashville TBI for the lie detector results of Fred's that he did on Cotton Simpson. It's like $40 or something. If you guys know how to do that, I'm hoping Don's trying to do it, and I'm hoping that he's actually. I'm hoping that it's actually happening, because that's gonna be. I think that's going to be also funny when we get those too, because what are they going to say then? Oh, we can't believe a lie detector test. I hope you can talk about the David Britt interest from TBI again soon. Well, David Britt has a brother who's an RSO out of Florida. And David Britt also is the one that has the child with Crystal Spencer, which is the woman that
was sleeping with Dawn.
Yeah, it was that Candace caught sleeping with Dawn.
And then when she left from him, she went to a Bernard that was Betty Jo Simpson was dating. Which one that Betty Jo Simpson is dating now? Living with him.
So David Britt, they were interested in him because, for one, they asked him to record. For some reason, they knew, I think he was working with Dawn or something.
No, they had made some connections that he had been to Knoxville at one point with Dawn.
Oh, that's right, the Knoxville. And so they were trying to get him to record, and he wouldn't do it. So that immediately put, made them suspicious. That's the deal with that guy. And also, they were just so sure for some reason. I mean, if you look at his Facebook, he does seem kind of strange. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know really why they had such a hard on for him, really, but they talked about it a lot. But they did.
Right? I don't know, Clipwings. That'd be a good question for Ryan to ask his best friend, Andy Bernard. Did anyone ever find out why there was a TV and a grill and a bed in the loft of Andy's barn? What are you looking for? Oh, you can. What did Fred say about Ryan saying the LE has a text from Fred to Cotton?
I didn't know that was a straight up lie.
He's never talked to Cotton through any type of text ever in his life, so there's no way. So that's what that's why we're saying, he better be coming up with some kind of proof of this bullshit lies that he's saying, or he's going to be getting sued, because he's purposely doing this to try to make people look at Fred as if like he could be involved in Cotton's death or something. He's trying to he needs to just
kind of wonder how Layla's old man knew Cotton.
Layla Santinella.
Mm-hmm. Her boyfriend drove that red Mustang. Because he was with him. They're coming back across the mountain when the law pulled him over at night coming back from Wallens. Somebody said they went to get high one that night. That's what the rumor was anyway. I don't know. But I do know it was his car that they pulled over and Cotton jumped out and run. About a mile before you get to Cotton's house.
But yeah, Seashell. I like your name. That's cool. The Seashell. It's impossible because they've never talked in text. I mean, Fred and Cotton had only been around each other a couple times in their entire lives. And they never hung out, did drugs.
I know him and stuff through other people, what they had said and stuff, Or me, I'd see even speaking to him or talking to him.
Yeah, they didn't have each other's number and stuff like that. So there's no freaking text messages between Cotton and Fred, and that's why we're saying he better be showing proof of this, or he's gonna have a lawsuit on his hands because he's purposely doing this. He has an agenda, and
I just like PG tried to say that Cotton was being a nuisance and stuff, and finally had him run him out because he's coming every little bit all the time and stuff. No, that wasn't him. It was Don Wells that we told not to come back.
Yeah.
That was being a nuisance, coming every little bit and trying to find out information, what you talk to law enforcement and stuff about.
Yeah, it wasn't Cotton Simpson.
But never once could say he wish he knew where his daughter was.
And the only two times that Fred was around Cotton was when he was with Marvin Simpson, his cousin.
One day, Marvin was actually driving his Chevy Equinox, a Cotton Chevy Equinox. Then the second time, Cotton was in his Chevy Equinox, but Marvin was at my house in his Chevy truck. And it was almost right at 6 months, I guess, apart. 2 different times.
I don't know. No, there wasn't deception detected, Tony Hawk. There hasn't been any. I don't know. You're nobody has posted the lie detector results.
Not the final reading.
No, they haven't been.
That was just a pre-test or pre.
That was before the reading was even done. That's why it said no opinion. There was nothing about any type of deception anywhere.
Because that day she said she was wanting my address and stuff to send that copy that she done that day, but she done told me what it would say. She said, but
it's going to say suspect because they're going to look. That's just what it says on the form. Like,
said I'd have to send
my guess. I don't know.
And request it to the Nashville
I'd have to see
office.
Yeah.
The final reading.
Nobody's had the results yet. That's why I was saying I wish somebody would get the results. This Ryan said, yeah, he said it on his own channel. Did Fred talk to law enforcement about Con? Yeah, that's how
all of it come about.
That Fred's the one that brought up Cotton Simpson. He's the one that brought him up to law enforcement. That's how we all found out about Cotton Simpson, was through Fred. So these people are trying to change things when it was Fred that went to law enforcement about Cotton Simpson and the weird shit he was saying about, just like that, the caves and summer wells, just weird stuff that he was talking about. Right before he passed away. And Fred went to law enforcement and told him about him, and that's why they gave him a lie detector test to see if what he was saying if he was being honest about what he was saying. And also because he had learned there's something about him hitting the back of it, or Con hitting the back of his head. And Fred mentioned that.
Gash or something back of his head. And I was told that by Marvin in high school.
Yeah. So Fred only knew that because Marvin Simpson told him that. Because Marvin's his cousin, Cotton's cousin.
And supposedly Babe Zoe told him, so
contacted
him.
But that's funny, RJ, your comment. He texts, but not, I mean, not really. He doesn't really text. No, he talks through Messenger. That's another thing too. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't text. That's a good point, actually. No, he doesn't text.
I mean, it'd be through Messenger.
It'd be through Facebook Messenger. So that's a whole lie. There's no way they have any text between Fred and anybody because he never text people. He messaged through Facebook Messenger, and that's what he does still to this day, even though he has a phone number.
I mean, when I was doing the drug thing, I most time didn't text nobody hardly on the phone or nothing. I just pull up at their house or something.
Yeah. He wants to be a detective. Oh, I don't know what he's wanting to do, but he better be wanting to find this proof of these messages he claims he has, because otherwise, these voice clips that he claims he has, he better be Ryan better be producing them. Because you can't come onto a YouTube channel and say you have this shit and that you turned in to law enforcement about, and trying to say you have this stuff on with Fred. That's very slanderous when we know for a fact you can't have anything like that because nothing like that's ever existed ever because they've never talked. So that's quite the claim, Ryan. But I'm going to go. That's all I have to say. I have to 10%. If you help me get with this lawsuit. Yeah, I mean, there's no way he could have anything. We'll have to see if there's no way he's going to be able. I mean, I know there's going to be a lawsuit because
come up with it because there's nothing.
I know. I mean, I guess we might as well go ahead.
Nothing there.
There's no way he could get anything.
He come up with it because it's not.
It doesn't exist.
It's going to happen before you can have evidence.
So yeah, basically there's going to be a lawsuit. So you guys stay tuned because there's no way that he could possibly have this shit because it does not exist. So anyways, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you all so much for hanging out and we'll talk later.